Hello, I'm back. Nice little break before we get started. Where are we? So, last thing we did was get the. Um, what do we do? We got the configuration to work so that our application is now live and we can go to. What URL? I already forgot the URL. I should just put a domain around this. We can go to this URL and view our application. So now we're going to go and work on adding stats to it. But before we do that, I should probably commit those changes so we have a separate log for it. Get add dot status. Why is my outline not modified? That's why I didn't. Get add outline.md, get commit what do we do here? Published AP publish web app to Azure. Git push. Okay, now we're good to go. Now, next thing we want to do is work on adding Azure application insights to it. So Microsoft makes it really easy to do that. It actually sits in quite a few different places. If you've been paying attention or watching as we go and do this, open up another drink. You'll notice application insights is, I want to say, littered all over the place. There's lots of different spots for it. And, a couple reasons for it. Obviously, Microsoft is in it and Azure to make money, but Applications Insights really holds a lot of value to it. If you've been following along the stream for a while, you've noticed made quite a few errors along the way where we've had to go into debug and watch that. Application Insights allows us to find a lot of those issues. It doesn't do any magical debugging or anything like that. It really does show you how your application is being used, logging, and that kind of stuff. If we click on it, it's going to give us the ability to do it. Right now it's already connected, but I don't have the .NET code turned on to enable it. So let's go and double check. I must have already selected it, but let's go and double check where it is. So we're going to need this instrumentation key to turn it on. Right now it's on from a server standpoint. If we look at our application, the contacts web, and we go to configuration, by default it adds a lot of this for us. So you see that there's an applications insights instrumentation key, which probably has that long value, the 96, where we got 9637. If we check here, it should say 9637. There we go, 9637. But that's doing it from the server level, not necessarily the local app level. It's not pulling in some of the other things like page features, stuff like that. So let's go and add it. I'm going to copy this URL to, actually we don't need Postman anymore. Let's close you out. There's Postman. And copied you out. There's lots of different spots we can add it. Let's start here. Ooh, this is my first time doing it with Writer. Visual Studio, there's a right click and you kind of just hit add application insights to it. I don't know how to do that here easily. I don't see it as a feature, so let's go do it the old school way. If we do, there's a getting started here. Tells you everything you need to kind of do. Essentially, we need to add a reference to it, to our package, add the DLLs, and then set the instrumentation key. So we already signed in, we enabled it. This is within Visual Studio. Yeah, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Oh boy. And it looks like I have to write a plugin for Writer to do this. So let's go and add the packages to it. Nope, not there. So NuGet, Microsoft, application insights. I don't know what I need to add. I am pretty sure I need to add this and this. And then all the others are going to become optional. So let's see if I just do this, if it magically adds the others. Install it into the API. And then we are going to want to install it in the web app. Have it. Install it in the web app. You notice there's a whole bunch of other things you can add. We'll probably get to the nlog target in the future, but there's lots of different ways that you can connect to it. If you use log4net, you can use a log4net appender also. Now we have it there. We need to collect the logs, which there's a permission, not a permission, but there's a setting in the app config that we need to tell it. No, that's not it. To get us started. Monitor applications. Let's do a web app. Already enabled it. Already got that. This is the code we need to put into our JavaScript. And then it will manage a lot of that. So let's go, where are we? Web UI, www root, should be a site.js. Paste this here, and then we want to change that instrumentation key. It should be that here. once we publish this, we'll have stats around viewing the websites, clicks, different clients, etc. But we also want it from the controller level also. And we probably want to do other things in there. Let's add the settings. I think we're going to need that. App Insights key, get set, public string app insights key, and then let's edit here. App insights key. Now we can pull in the other setting if we want, but we're going to do this through code, and at some point we'll probably actually update the JS to pull it from here so we don't have this magic number everywhere else. Now I think in the startup we need to add the telemetry client to it, and I think we do that right here. Services dot add application insights telemetry, and we need the key, so that's settings dot. So now application insights is added to our code base. Let's do it in the API also. Do I not have settings in the API at all? Oh, I guess not. Huh. We'll have to go and fix that. Well, it's going to have a separate API anyway, or a separate instrumentation key. So let's get this one working. So we got that. We should be able to publish it now. Let's right click. I don't want to do publish. I can just hit play from here. This is published. Let's come back here. And we're going to go through and click on a couple of pages. Starting, it's done. One of the things you notice once we hit some pages and views and stuff like that, it takes a couple of seconds for it to actually update live. So let's click on contacts. What happened? Why did I break? I break something. Now, and I wonder if it's just because my cookies are messed up again. Starting with JoeG. Yeah, my cookies were messed up. So if I click on Jane Doe, Jane Doe, let's edit her. And she should be Alice. Hit save. Now it's updated, so let's go check out the app insights for her. So if we refresh this page, actually you don't have to refresh it. Let's go here, application map. No data is available. Yes. Takes a couple of seconds, minutes for it to go back and forth. Let's choose live metrics. This is going to follow everything that's actually happening on the stream. Right now there's no incoming requests. If I go here and look around a little bit, go to view Alice, edit Alice, put her birthday as 1913. She looks pretty good for her age. Hit save. Come back to our live metrics, and you see we have incoming requests, outgoing requests, how the CPU is used, how memory is. We can check on availability. The service has been up full time. See any failures we've gotten. There's been one failure, and it actually two of them. We click on it, we got an MSAL UI required exception, and that's because the cookies were out of sync. I can click on this, and you can actually see that those errors was in the context.index for both of them. Click to view the transaction, and I can see everything that happened. So there was a request made to get contact index, responded back in a half a second with a 500. You click on it, you'll see here we got 500 code, wasn't successful. This is the full URL. And then here was the stack trace of everything that happened. So we can come back and take a look at it. So that's pretty neat. We can see everything that happened in our app. Let's take another look at some of the other cool things that we can see. Identity. Oh, ignore that. That's not what I thought it was. Where are you? Oh, we're in the web app itself. I went out of app insights. You got to be careful when you click on these items. Sometimes they take you in the wrong direction. We can view the logs. We can view the resource group in general. Smart detection will tell us if there's anything that it sees, if there's a bunch of errors that happened over time. Search allows us to look for any given errors or exceptions that we've had. Here we can see that there are 15 dependencies that happen. So let me increase the font on this bad boy a little bit. So here we can see that there was a dependent call to CWJG-contacts API, and it took 60 milliseconds to respond. And the request was contact/38. There was an API or a call in the URL to this. So we can pretty much see the entire app. We go and look here at the request, the end-to-end transactions. We can see a request was made to contact details, which ended up calling our API, which was get contacts 38, and swept through it, which is pretty cool. Another thing here, You'll also notice is that there are custom properties, and we should be able to see the client. That's probably in a different piece now. Availability, don't want, here it is, under usages, users. We can tie all the different users to the app. Right now, there's no one actively on the site. Click on sessions. There's no one here. If I hit refresh on here, we'll see that number change ultimately. Nope, wasn't fast enough. Hit on events. We don't have any custom events, so nothing should appear here. But we can go and add that in. Gotta love the cohorts. It probably means something, but to me it always sounds funny. Let's click on more. Should be a way we can see our clients and stuff. But I can't find that right now. Should be able to see browsers and all that stuff. It's probably because there's not a lot of data here right now. Let's just do any request. There's one user came in. Sessions. Let's go to events. $20 events happened. See what those 20 events were. They all came in from the United States, an unknown operating system, unknown browser version. Why is that? And the way we can tell that is if we view our source here. Search. Isn't our JS loaded? Our JavaScript wasn't loaded. That's weird. Let's do a refresh of it. Oh, my bad. I don't think we actually put the JS file in main. So we have this JS file here, but we never actually added it to the site. There we start. Shared layout. Yeah, there's no site here. Oh yeah, there it is. Should have loaded. Why didn't you load? Unless it's minified and I didn't see it. Bad Chrome extension. Remove these two. One of them is causing a problem, and I don't remember which one it was. Tried to play around with some new JSON plugins. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Say it here. Why didn't it come across? Let's refresh. Oh, there it is. It did come across, so it just didn't see it. Okay. There it is. Sorry, must have been a little busy. Now if I refresh, no, I don't know why that's there. Close you out. I refresh this, I should see more data. Gonna take some time because it's not real time except for when you're in development. You tell it to be. Since it's in prod, it kind of just aggregates it, so it sends it up and waits a little bit. If I do application map now, it might have data there. Yeah, there it goes. So here it's showing our application and what it works with. So here you see that there's a dependency on here. So we come into cwjg-contacts-web, which is the app that we're using. It's made 5 calls off to login.microsoftonline.com, and that was the authentication. But it went and made a couple of calls to the API, 11 calls actually. And the average time is about 124 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. If I click here to view details, I can see which was the slowest call. Right now, that looks like the posts, the updates, and click on investigate performance and it will navigate there. Because they're in the same resource, I can navigate back and forth between all of them without any hesitation. Like I can click here and do view details, then investigate, and it will come back here telling me everything about it. And I should be able to click at one point in here. No, I guess not. I should be able to go see that. Oh, I don't have it enabled yet on that application. Oh, look, it's telling me I'm calling from Chandler, Arizona. That's where I live. Yay. And that's pretty much it with App Insights. We can add in some additional metrics and things like that around the application. We might do that as we get more clients involved so that we can see what's coming from our mobile app versus, what's coming from the web UI versus API, and we'll tie all those kind of together. Let's go and introduce the API one. App Insights. Let's copy you out. We're going to need to add that to here. So let's add a settings here. And then what I call it, App Insights key. Just kind of be consistent. This really should be around quotes. And then we are going to need to create a settings for it. Should I create a settings class? Yeah, let's create a settings class. We'll eventually want to do more. So let's go and create models folder. Add folder models. Add interface. Settings. Make sure it's interface. Yes, edit. Public string app insights key get set. Add new class settings. Yes, I want to add it. This inherits from I settings. Alt enter, implement missing members. You're good. Let's go to the startup here. And I'm lazy. Let's copy this. And now we should be good to go. So now we add the telemetry and it will notice or log a lot of that stuff. And we can add in extra details around each of the controller methods to see like this one gets called how many times, etc. Which I don't think I feel like doing right now. Maybe we'll have a deeper dive into App Insights. But the next thing I think we're going to want to do is logging, which how much time we have? In about 30 some odd minutes. Let's publish this one. Why is that? Oh, it probably failed the last time it ran. Let's just rerun it. Since we want to publish the API now with the App Insights key. Plus we don't have any UI for it. I'm not going to update any JavaScript with it. Publish is complete. Now if we start messing around with the viewer, view contacts, contact's going to be a little bit delayed now because the API had to restart. This is view myself. View the second version of me. Let's edit Alice. She doesn't like to be called Alice. Now we come back to the API, hit refresh here. Probably didn't need a whole refresh. No failed requests, no response times, data's just not there yet. If we go to application map, I don't think we're going to see anything here. Oh, we might see something here because of, yeah, it's going to take a second before it realizes it, but it'll eventually show the database there because this connects to the database, and then we'll be able to see the full gamut of where we go. Hopefully no failures. Yeah, we'll come and add some more stuff at our next time we get together and play around with it. It's kind of all I had for today. Maybe I'll come back online and stream some other stuff, messing around with some functions and building out a new app, which others might benefit from it. That being said, talk to everyone later. Probably stream again tomorrow, if not later on today. Have a great day.